Hi everyone, welcome once again to our podcast, oKGo. This is Carlos and Gaby's podcast, and if you didn't know, the name of the podcast has a key by Carla and G as Gabby. So let's start with our topic that is punishments. Today, the first punishment that I remember so well, it was about the nails. In my case, they argue all the time and fight with you if you were wearing a nail polish that it was too bright, for example blue, green, purple, or in some cases I remember that in one occasion one of my friends were a neon color, and they were really bright. I mean, in that occasion they have a point because it looks so bad and they were like so long. So I mean, makes sense. But I don't know. In your case, what they say about the nail polish?
Yes, in my case, if you have the nail polish with like bright colors, like blue, in red, and those type of colors, the teachers could give you a report for that. So it was like a big punishment in school. So it was better to nail polish the like colors with nude, white, and those things if you don't want to have a punishment. And I remember that the teachers sent a lot of reports about it because, for example, the girls like didn't care too much about it, and it was like a discussion with the teacher. What is the problem if my nails has those colors? But now that we grow up and at this age, we recognize the big mistake that we did in those times, in those years. That yes, it wasn't look well if we
Yeah,
have like bright colors in our nails, and also we were students, and in a certain way we were like kids in that time. So it was better to have our nail polish with colors like nude and
yeah,
white,
like this.
like this, yes.
Yeah,
And don't and it, yes, and it was better don't like not find problems or have a just a report just because your nails has like bright colors or something like that. And the other thing that the teacher saw, it's the large of our nails. So
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it was something I remember that I had a teacher that she checked everything, your skirt, your uniform, everything, the nails, and we needed to put our hands like that.
Yeah, like this, like showing like their nails. Yeah.
Yes, and she saw the nails, and maybe if you have the uh, your nails were large or something like that, it wasn't a problem. In that case, the teacher only told you that you needed to have your short nails,
Mhm.
but you only receive a report if of the color of the nails. That was the situation. But
Yeah,
it
for me
was
it was.
like an issue that the teachers see.
Yeah, I agree with that. And like you, I mean, now I can see why they told us that all the time. Like, don't wear a bright color or go to principal's office and take it off that color. And it was like, okay, I'll go. But I didn't understand why. I mean, in my case, it wasn't a problem because I never wear bright colors because I never learned how to paint my nails. I mean, the right hand I could do that, but the left hand, no, it was terrible. So I decided to just don't do that. And but now, I mean, now I only wear those kind of colors because I don't like to wear bright colors anymore. It's like I don't like it. I don't enjoy it, and I feel weird when I put it because there are some occasions. like you're wearing a certain dress, or you go to a party and you want to combine your nails with your dress, but still like that, it feels weird. I mean, even right now, I am wearing like nude color because I don't like. The thing is that now I am wearing larger nails, because in my case they were like the same. If you, I mean, the like this, if you had your nails like this, that was already too long for them. You need to have it short and clean, and that was it. I mean, they don't argue if you wear it like this, but they prefer it to be like natural nails. But yeah, that was. I mean, it was kind of a problem, but it was a problem that it was easy to solve, because in my case, my friends, they use nail polish like the normal one. But when in some occasions, my I remember that my friend, it was this friend, and she wear but acrylic nails. I mean, you can take off that easily. I mean, you need to go to the salon and they need to remove that. You can't do that by yourself. So in that occasion, they didn't forgive her, and they give her not only a warning, because usually they give you like a warning, but in that occasion they give her a report. And yeah, I mean, she was so mad, but eh,
Yes, yes, I remember the same situation. I had a friend who had acrylic nails, and the teacher gave her a report, and she was mad in that moment. It was, this is ridiculous that I received a report for that. But yes, it was like something that teachers care a lot, that how you wear your nails and those type of things. Because for example, I think that maybe the acrylic nails in the school, yes, I know that I think, well, I consider that yes, it was
it was
a
too much.
was too much. And also also use the nail polish with colors, for example, blue or yellow or something like that. It it didn't look well.
No, not at all. And I don't know about you, but in my case, in our generation, it was a trend to wear not solid colors like this. You have to wear like designs, and it was so terrible. I mean, if you could, it was better if you do like little stars or little circles, or looks like it breaks, but it's not break. It was a technique. So yeah, you remember that? Yeah, I mean, it was even worse because it wasn't just one color. It was a
I mixed
rainbow.
up everything.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was a rainbow. And it looks so bad with the uniform. And you're a kid at the same time, so it's like, don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, it was a thing of the nails in the school. But the next that I remember is about makeup. I don't know about you, but in our case, they didn't allow us to wear like base or foundation. They didn't allow us to wear foundation or concealer or something like that, because, well, you're too young. I mean, you don't need to wear concealer. You don't have anything in your face. I mean, you only have like little bumps, but that's natural. But they didn't allow us to wear foundation, and it wasn't a problem because any of us have had like enough money to buy a good foundation or something like that, or we didn't even know how to use it. They only, I mean, yeah, so we preferred by ourselves to take it off that. But the thing that I really remember is wearing eyeliner. I mean, I only wear eyeliner, or used to wear eyeliner, when it was the photo day, because I want to look good. But it was a little my senior year. Before that, I never wear it, and I don't need. Yeah, well, I mean, now I know how to apply it, and I'm really proud of it. But in school, I didn't know it, and I was so scared of that. But I have some friends that I love, and they didn't go to the school without wearing eyeliner because they felt like naked or so sleepy or for some reason, and they always argue with the teacher. The
mhm.
only thing that they allowed us, and they didn't make a problem of that, it was about the mascara, you know, because it looks like natural or something like this. I mean, they don't find any problem. What problems do you have?
No, yes, in my case, I didn't wear makeup in school. In the only cases that I wore makeup is on the photo day
Mhm.
and when I had projects and I had the presentation of those projects, I wore makeup. But just in those cases, and my classmates also, it was a few number of girls who wore makeup, but it was a natural makeup. So it
Mhm.
wasn't like a problem of that in my grade, in my class,
Mhm.
that because the girls wore a natural makeup, so it wasn't a problem. And yes, some of them use like wore mask because it was more natural. So, but yes, the teacher had always told us that we were kids, so we need, it was better to don't use makeup in the school because we were kids and also we were learning how to make up
Yeah.
ourselves, so it wasn't like a good idea to
Yeah, looks so bad.
yes to wear makeup because yes it looked bad in that moment. So yes, I remember that some teachers recommended us to don't wear makeup because first we were learning, so maybe our face didn't look well as
Yeah, maybe.
we thought, and also because we were like kids. So and also I consider that it wasn't necessary to
Yeah, I
do
agree.
makeup in school. So
Yeah, exactly.
I
It
remember
wasn't necessary.
it wasn't necessary. Just I remember the only cases that I wear makeup is what when I had the photo day and when I have like an important activity, for example, when it was the presentations project and those things.
Yeah,
But
for me it was the same. And actually, I hate the picture that they took me
what?
when because it looks so bad. I mean, the eyeliner looks so bad because I mean, I have a friend who supposedly knows how to make up, and how know everything about makeup. I know how to make up people and that. But and at that time it makes totally sense. And you saw the other girls and it was like, oh my god, yeah, looks so good. But then years later, you see the picture and it's like, oh my god, it looks so bad. I mean, the eyeliner, and you need to know not only how to draw, but actually your eye shape. So at that moment, I didn't know, and it looks so bad. It looks really, really bad. I don't like to show that picture anymore. But yeah, I prefer my no makeup photos. I love them so much, and that picture is the one that I always show to the people and said like, ah, yeah, this is my last picture of school. This is my senior picture because the real senior picture, uy, mm-mm, mm-mm. But talking about makeup, nails, let's pass to the hair. In my case, like it was kind of the same with the foundation and with makeup because makeup is expensive. We didn't have enough money by ourselves to dye our hair. But I remember that I have this friend, the friend that paint her nails with bright colors and use a lot of makeup. Actually, it's the same friend that dye her hair. I never thought about it, but yeah, she decided to dye her hair like she used to be a brunette, and she painted to be a blonde girl. And I mean, it didn't look bad, but we know that it wasn't her real color. And for me, it was not a problem because there are people who are blonde, so it's like a normal color or something like that. But for the school, oh my God, they every day said like, no, you need to come back to the salon and dye it again. I mean that's not possible, at least for a few months, because your
Mhm.
hair is fragile and it it could be really. dangerous for you or for your hair. So, but that was
Yes,
the only case. In my case, in my school, I was it was only that girl who decided to dye her hair to blonde.
yes. In my case, I had a classmate who dyed her hair like red and blue, and also she wore acrylic nails. So
Yeah,
imagine
it was always this girl, right?
it's always this girl. Yes, imagine how many reports she had for that. But yes, in my case, as you said, it wasn't like a problem to see my friend with the dyed hair. I didn't care about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it looks well. I consider that in some girls looks well.
Yeah.
But for the teachers, it was like a big problem. They didn't like to see that. If they see someone who died her hair, it was come here. This is your report.
Yeah. And I mean, I could agree with them about that, but at the same time, they didn't give you a solution or like a reason of why this is a problem. They only tell you no, no, you shouldn't do that or you shouldn't do this. Now it's your problem, and here is your report, and this is your warning, and it's going to be on your file. And you were
Yes,
like, oh, okay. I mean, there's nothing I can do against that, but tell me why it's a problem to wear a hair that it's not my natural color, or to wear I don't know, acrylic nails or some nail polish or makeup. They didn't give you reasons. So in my in my opinion, that was a problem, that they should give you reasons. Even if
it-
they were right, they need to give you reasons.
yes, I agree because, for example, it's always common to see that discussion between the teacher
Yeah.
and the student. And as you said, I consider that those type of discussions could avoid if the teacher explained the reasons. Like, okay, you don't need to to dye your hair for those reasons. Also, you don't need to wear acrylic nails and those type of things because I consider that it was like just okay, this is your report and like a little bit like why you dyed your hair. It isn't necessary and just that. So I consider that maybe in that moment the girl felt like a judge or something like that. So it started a discussion in that moment
Yeah.
between the teacher and the girl. And I remember other situation that is about the hoodies that the girls didn't want to wear the uniform sweater. So, and also when it was a cold day,
Yeah.
they, they wore hoodies.
Yeah, I mean, we have a point on that because it was so cold and the sweater wasn't enough. So for me, it was okay as long as the color matched the colors of the uniform. But I remember that I used to have some friends that wear black hoodies or yellow hoodies. I mean, in that occasion, I get it, but still, it was a cold day and the uniform wasn't warm enough. So, mm. And continue with that, I remember that the blanket was a thing in my school. I mean, you could see every class in our school, and in every class, it was at least one blanket,
Yeah.
because some people or some girls go in the morning in the school in the bus, and I mean it was cold and it was too early, so you need to cover yourself, and the sweater wasn't enough or not comfortable enough, and they use blankets.
Yes, in my case too, it was common to see in the morning and in the cold days that the girls had blankets and the teacher hated that. They
Yeah.
didn't like that. And maybe in that moment they don't gave you a report.
Mhm.
They didn't give you a report, but they only took out the blanket.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. They didn't get mad. That's or no, yeah, they get mad, but they didn't give you a warning or a punishment.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's true. They took your blanket, and you will never see that again.
Yes,
And it was so sad because they hate that we use the blanket while we were studying. I mean, in that occasion, they had a point, but at the same time, they didn't give us a punishment or something like that because it was something too easy to take it out. I mean,
just that.
that was the solution of the problem. So yeah,
Yeah.
and moving with the uniform, how was it for you? Because in that occasion, it this is especially for you.
Yes, I consider that talking about the uniform, it was important to use to wear the uniform in a good way. And also in my case, the other detail that the teachers saw, it was the large of the skirt. It was important to wear it well and those type of things. They were so strict for the uniform that we needed to wear the uniform, yes, in a well way and those type of things. And also, for example, we needed like the first picture like that, no, like the second picture of the girl. So yes, it was common to hear that we needed to wear the uniform well, and it wasn't, maybe in some cases the teacher sent you a report for the large of the skirt, but it was also to like a message for your parents.
Yeah, like look
They,
with your girl, but that makes sense. I mean,
that
that
makes sense.
was I was
Yes,
totally agree with that.
yes, talking about the uniform, some girls had a lot of reports for that.
Yeah, I think that was the most common reason that someone had a report. In my case, it was the same, but because we didn't wear a skirt, in our
Mhm.
case, it was always about the socks all the time because our uniform was really simple. It was just a t-shirt and a pants, and that's it. But for some reason, the socks, I mean, because we didn't have the opportunity to show them off, so it was like, it doesn't matter, or it didn't matter for us. But at the same time, if you wear some socks that it wasn't white, I mean, it shows. It shows. Definitely it shows. And it was really bad. I mean, it was a really bad decision. But I was the person who always wear black socks. Why? I don't know. But for some reason, I love to wear them. And sometimes I even wear socks that there were like two colors, like blue or pink. Or I remember that I used to have one that it was half green, half pink. I mean, that looks awful with the uniform. But that was the case. That was the only reason that they give us punishment or reports about the uniform because the pants. I mean, there's nothing you can do
Mhm.
wrong with that, even with the t-shirt because it was a polo. So there is no problem. You don't have to iron that the t-shirt. I mean, you could, but it doesn't. It wasn't a big deal. But the socks, it was a thing.
Yes, in my case, it was the same. I remember that sometimes we run and the socks come down. So the teachers always repeated us, please be careful with your socks. And we needed to have the socks clean and those type of things, and also with the shoes. They checked everything of our uniform. They were so strict about it. I think that that is something that I learned in the school
Yeah.
to wear well, also to wear in a good well the uniforms and those type of things. But yes, I maybe yes, in general, they send you a report if you didn't dress the uniform well. But for example, with the socks, uh, they were white, so and all girls wore them and those type of things, so it wasn't a problem. The only problem is when the socks came down, and but the teachers always repeated us that detail, but they
Yeah,
don't send you they didn't send a report.
yeah, because it was something that you could fix easily. I mean, and at that moment, you were like, oh yeah, okay, and that's it. You tear up of them, and that was it. But I agree with you. It was hard to keep in it.
Yes.
I mean, it was hard to keep it clean. It was hard because you
Yes,
run and you do a lot of things, and they are white. But
yes, that's true. It was difficult for those
yeah,
reasons because sometimes we went to the school and spent a good time playing, running, and those type of things. So sometimes it was like difficult to to wear the uniform or to have clean.
the uniform. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, those are the reasons why they punish us or warn us or they give us reports. And well, after all, it was a good experience. And in our next episode, we're going to talk about friendship and how the relationship that we made in those times of our lives, we still have it, some of them. So thank you for listening to us, and
Bye. Thank you.
bye. See you next time.